Hey YouTube, this is Warren. I'm going to be doing Wednesdays here on the Men's Room FTM. Big fan of the Men's Room. It's where I get most of my information and support and all that good stuff, trans related and lots of things not trans related, relationship related, recipe related. It's basically just a community, a great, fantastic community of awesome guys. So this is great that I can be here to answer your questions and give back a little, help out a little, and hopefully by doing these videos I'll also be working through some issues in my own transition and answering some questions that maybe I wouldn't have thought of on my own, and process them and benefit from that. Alright, I'm 23. Grew up in Missouri, went to college in Boston, went to a women's college, so I'm carrying that diploma around for the rest of my life. Wouldn't have changed it for the world though. It was a great school. Great school. I'm now on a scholarship in Europe, and that ends in July, and I'll be back in the US. Don't know yet what I'm going to be doing, but that's alright. I'll figure something out. There are a few things in the pipeline. Yeah. So I like the outdoors. I like to go backpacking. I used to be a backpacking guide. Really into the scout stuff. At least over here. I used to also be really involved in scouting in the U.S., but I'm not allowed. So that kind of bites. Right, that really bites. But I'll talk about that another time. But so how did I first know I was trans? That's the big topic after introductions for this week. Let's see. I was very much a trans kid. Not in the sense that I was like roughhousing all the time and wouldn't play football. Like, I never played with Barbies. Not that kind of trans. I was like wearing all boys' clothes, including boy underwear, and had a buzz cut and passed, and wanted to be, and changed my name to a gender neutral name, and thought I was a boy, kind of trans. But I was the boy who like desperately wanted to play baseball and be a Boy Scout, and I was really into ham radio, which was like predecessor to the internet in a lot of ways, and tearing apart things and building forts out of like sod. So that's the Midwest for you, building sod forts. But he got super into Star Trek, like really into science fiction and like science in general and engineering kind of stuff. And I'm a scientist to this day, so that actually worked out for the best. I love what I do. I'm kind of like a ecotoxicologist. It's kind of biology. But yeah, definitely trans kid. But there was a lot of pressure, society, parents. I had a sibling with really big health problems, so there was a lot of just pressure to be normal. Pressure not to cause problems, pressure especially not to upset my mother, because she had this depression and she had this sick kid that she was taking care of, and like there's a lot of pressure for her to help make her happy, stuff like that. And so my being a boy did not make her happy. Oh my god, she would freak out about it. She was really upset about it. And anyway, I'm sure families will be like a topic for a week or something, so I'll get to it then. But there's a lot of pressure to be feminine, so I went the feminine route, and I would just swing back and forth from like growing my hair out to then just shaving it all off. I was bald one time, like I picked it with a razor, and I never had a style of clothing. I was always bouncing around between different things because I hated it all. I hated everything but ratty t-shirts and jeans. I hated everything and feel so uncomfortable and nauseous when I looked in the mirror, and really disconnected because I'd like get all dressed up and have makeup on and everything. I'd be like, wow, that's a really pretty girl, hot girl, and I'd want to puke. And so that really sucked. And I first met and heard about trans people when I was 18. My first college roommate was actually trans. And is a member of the men's room, which is great. But at the time, like, I was coming from the Midwest, and I didn't know about this stuff, and it was explained to me in a really bad way by this, like, really hippie upper class woman who had, like, walked around barefoot and wore long skirts and had dreadlocks and smelled bad. And she was the first person to tell me about trans people, and because I'd seen somebody on campus, and it was part of, like, this orientation thing, and I was like, what's with the guy on campus? Is that someone's boyfriend or something? Remember, women's college? And she was like, oh no, that's a trans guy. And the way she said it, it was like, oh no, she said it was a trans man. And the way she said it was like, it's an X-Man or a Spider-Man or something. And I was just like, what the fuck is a trans man? And I was just, and she's like, I don't know how she explained it, but the way she explained it was just a terrible way to explain it to somebody. It was like, this is a woman who has this inner masculine being that must express, and I don't even know. I don't remember what it was, but it was something really outrageous like that, and I was like, that is freaking weird. And at the time, I was too young and ignorant and not, like, exposed to so much sheltered, that's the word, too sheltered to separate her weirdness from what she was talking about. Like, because I thought she was weird, I thought what she was talking about was really weird. Story of, like, my whole first year of college, and where I was just very uncomfortable and in the closet. I'm queer, I date men and women and probably everything in between, but my first year of college I was really straight girl. I'm not like this, not my culture. No, I am from rodeos and farmland kind of place. You know, I was just total denial, total rejection, totally uncomfortable, unhappy. And then, like, I transferred to another women's college where I felt a little bit more comfortable, and then I just threw myself into academics and to working. I worked at a hospital, and I just worked and studied, and then, like, made some awesome friends, and then I was just so busy all the time, I got into this huge depression because I wasn't dealing with my issues, not from my childhood, because there was a bunch of stuff going on there that left me very damaged, and that I had to figure out, and I got into this huge depression. And then finally, when I came out of that, about a year after I started, like, really getting help from that, I was, like, ready to face the fact that, like, I'm a dude and I needed to do something about it. And I thought about it for like 6 or 7 months, and then this January I came out, and it's just been the best thing ever. I started tea yesterday. So exciting, very, very exciting, and this has just been one hell of a ride, and I'm so happy, happier than I've ever been before, and it's great, and I really look forward to seeing you guys every week and handling some great topics. So that's my introduction. I hope I answered the how did I know I was trans. I think I did. I tried. Good enough, I guess. Okay, catch you next week.